ranked opponent. Can you take care of business? And the Astronauts will kick it away first. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will get the first swing of the game. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
Yeah, and he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Line gets set, first down. They'll go to the ground. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Running behind that left side. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
The snap sets up the throw. Still on his feet. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Looking for a block. It's Moore. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Astronauts offense has its first opportunity of the day. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. It's complete on the right side. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. It's complete to the left. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Astronauts line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The give to the lone running back. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the running game before someone was going to break a long one. Running into a wall, they just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll set up to throw. They're trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
After the incompletion, looking at second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gets rid of it. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You've got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was all me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably... Was it knocked free for a fumble?
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Gets open down the middle, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now the offense will come onto the field again. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On the option. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that. It runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't find a single crack to run through on the last 2 plays. Let's see if they go up top. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And the Astronauts will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking for a block. It's Humphreys. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Finds his big tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Kentucky now operating in the red zone.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll give it to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. With the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Kentucky.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Here comes the option. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Last 2 runs got a big fat nothing. Let's see if they try to go up top on 3rd and 10. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. The Astronauts will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the returner goes down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football. Show your dominance.
They'll line up for a second down play. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
You know, you start day one training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
He wants to throw. He's got the tight end.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Second down coming up. Now the play fake. Looking to scramble. Fires on the move. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Wildcats. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of a defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They'll run the option. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
This quarterback part of their running game. And the Astronauts will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the returner will be brought down. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out.
Unleashes one deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is.
Going for it all. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll
great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. And it keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get.
And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Plows through the defense. Got room at the 35. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into hope.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Four punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The Astronauts will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Here's the handoff. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a 4th quarter game.
On the move.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, look out. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And you want to put a winning streak together like this team has? Run the football and create explosive plays. Nice job by the offense, showing the speed. How about the blocking up front? Everybody blocking, getting a hat on a hat, creating the explosive run.
A 1st down run in the red zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 28-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Looking left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on second down. Fires to the big fella. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Got him downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Comes out throwing on first down. Caught behind the line. It's made. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's O'Neal. And he's dragged down.
Running backs are wide receivers. They do such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happy with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that they basically have become wide receivers.
Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Well, how about that? They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the first down. Nice play.
Just going to keep it after the snap. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. Powers through the defender. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And the astronauts decide to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. A low line drive and not his best work. And the returner will be knocked down. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box, because
he'll take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
He'll take another shot here. Touchdown, Kentucky. And the route is on.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Second and 8 from the 16. On the option. He'll keep it himself. Running with power. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback in an option offense when you got so many things you have to be accountable for, and then you got to take care of the football, right? When you do make the decision to run, right or wrong, it's your decision. Now you got to wrap that thing up. You can't fumble the football.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. He'll get rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Coming after it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Receivers right now aren't getting open. We got to do a better job offensively of trying to create opportunities for them. So use motion, get some stack releases, create that separation, slant routes, out-breaking routes. Just give your quarterback a chance.
It's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the move. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he's going to bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Here comes the offense onto the field again. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. The option look. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with it.
Fires one high and deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Astronauts will bring the punt team onto the field. On the return, it's Humphries. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal.
He's looking deep. Got it! Touchdown, Kentucky! And the punishment has been extended. Well, this receiver is making this passing attack look like it's going against air.
No doubt, it does. It looks like it's on air. I tell you what, you got to find a way to rough this guy up a little bit. Be physical. Make sure he takes a toll instead of all these big plays he keeps making. Make him tired, physically dent him a little bit, make him have to work a little bit harder than you have.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Big fullback's got it. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out, because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose.
Now on second down. Now on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Astronauts will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Oh my, he just shanked that one. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. They'll try it over the left side. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, 1st down. Running to the left. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He put some heat on that one down the middle. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
A nice job by the offense there, attacking the middle of the field. Excellent route, finding the soft spot in the defense. Nice job by the quarterback putting it right on his guy.
They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll try the run. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Running to the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Humphries. They get him down after he makes the catch.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Forced out of the pocket. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground. So now on comes the field goal unit.
Number 17 on field goal.
Between the uprights, it's good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. touchback. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Love the accuracy on that curl throw by the quarterback, putting it right in the numbers, right in the breadbasket of his wide receiver.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Looking to throw for it. And they knocked him down almost immediately.
And this defense has been flying around. They are everywhere. They're 6 sacks on the day, spreading it around, multiple people coming from every angle. This QB has had a nightmare of a day.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. He was working his way on the return toward midfield.
Kentucky
46. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're testing the right side here. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
In situations like this, offensively, when you've got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Tripped up for the tackle.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to get to him. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Kentucky trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a double? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Escapes trouble. Trying to get rid of it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. The astronauts send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to power their way ahead. Just steamrolling the defense. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
They're bringing heat. He'll pull it down and run. He's finally stopped with a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, and keep this drive rolling.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Goes to the option. Touchdown, Wildcats! And the pummeling has started. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And man, this offense just keeps trying to find something to go well. They're down so big. There's still time on the clock. Maybe they can put something together, but so far today, this has been ugly.
Feeling some heat. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the astronauts line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Playing the field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
He'll come out throwing on first down. A little screen to the running back. At the 20, he's got space. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stops.
What a play call. You could feel maybe a little bit of aggressiveness. This defensive line flying upfield. What do? Throw a screen right behind it. Get it to your running back. Let him do the rest. Chew up some yardage and make the big play for the offense.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal for this offense. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Now on second and goal. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He's looking to throw. Dances away. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game.